Listen to the video here too. Good day, good day, good day. My name's Howard Martell, and I've got a very, very important message today. What an incredible event going on in my life, but it's a new change, it's a new season. So give God the glory. So we're going to talk about when one career closes, God changes seasons and work, episode 1. Hey everyone, this is Howard Martell, U.S. Navy veteran, former cybersecurity professional, still a cybersecurity professional right now and your home profit coach. I've been a marketer or affiliate marketing, direct selling for over 30 plus years. And yes. Here's my story. For over 30 years, including 20 years, 10 days in the U.S. Navy, my career has been wrapped up in cybersecurity, protecting networks, supporting the warfighter, serving this great republic behind the scenes. And now the chapter is coming to a close. That's right. As of January 29th, will be my last day at my current job. That's right. I've been working there faithfully almost 10 years. And today I want to show you from scripture how to see moments like this, that it's not just as loss, but as a God changing season in your life. We'll do the inductive Bible study, observation. What does the Bible actually say? Interpretation. What does it mean? Application. What does it mean for my job, my career, my next step? So let's start with our two key passages. So let me recap of what happened this week alone. Um, we got notification. I missed a meeting because I was at my physical therapy appointment at Hampton VA. I get a text from one of my leaders, from one of our task leaders, not task lead of our task leads, saying your services are no longer needed at this time, and our last day is January 29th. And I'm like, is this a joke? So I stop. I said, hold on, let me check this. I said this. Oh, I guess I lost my job, and oh, God's good. That's all I said. It was a shock to the system, but it was like a relief for me, if that makes sense. See, when you're doing something for so long that you've done and you're going through it, you're going through it, you're going through it, you're just used to doing it and you're very good at it. But then does it really fulfill God's given purpose for you? I'm just saying. So let's start with two key passages. Ecclesiastes 3:1-2. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck what is planted. And then Daniel 2:20-21. Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, to whom belong wisdom and might. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. These verses are going to frame how we think about a career ending, a new calling beginning, and God's hands in both. Observation. What do we see in the text? First, observation. No explanation yet. Just what's there. In Ecclesiastes 3:1-2, we see for everything there is a season, a time for every matter under heaven. Then comes the first time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up. And if you read on, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, a time to dance. The writer is simply observing life under heaven is made up of changing seasons. Nothing here stays forever. Now look at Daniel 2:20-21. Daniel says, to God belongs wisdom and might. He changes times and seasons. He removes kings and sets up kings. So we observe God doesn't just change the season, he's the one who changes them. He just he doesn't just react to rulers, he's the one who removes and sets up leaders. So our observation, life is seasons, seasons change. And according to Daniel, God is the one behind those changes. Interpretation. What does this mean for work and career? Now, interpretation. What does this mean for us, especially in our work life? First, the work life is meant to be unbroken, unchanging line. It's a series of God appointed seasons, just like there's a time to plant, a time to pull up a plant. There is a time to start a job or a career. See, but this new career allows me to do what I wanted to do was always help uh, families in Hampton Roads. Because a little story about myself before we continue, I used to be a command financial specialist. I used to teach sailors about budgeting and managing their money as a man of God in uniform. Now, as I fast forward, the journey I had to my incredible career I had in cybersecurity was not an easy one because the first 2 years after I retired in 2012, I had one job in 2012. I was on terminal leave. I got an email and an offer to go run an automated tool. I was there for 30 days. and I got paid $50 plus per diem. I was living in a hotel basically, working with another team, and the Army wanted us out in Fort Huachuca to run specific tool. That's all we're doing every day. The rest of the time, we were there, whatever support they needed. It wasn't hard. They just needed a body who had a clearance and was responsible. So I was responsible. My resume was sent off to a bunch of leaders within Hampton Roads, and Paragon Technical Solutions hired me. And that's how my first career started. But then that's when you have to have faith, because we have what they call sequester, where there's a lot of companies who want to hire you, but they don't have the money because there's reduced footprint in the contracting dollars. So I was told, go back to, I went to all the job fairs and military fairs and dressing up and, and just not frustrated, but I was just like enjoying the ride, because I'm like, man, I did things for 20 years and I'm like, I needed a rest. So I was just walking with the retirees, doing my home based business, then went back to school eventually. And then eventually, as time pulled on, there was opportunities to start working with Honeywell. And that is because of a good friend, Navy friend of mine that worked there, said, hey, your former boss is there and he's looking for people and he knows you're a good worker. Would you like to come on board? We know you're looking for work. Boom. Yeah. So I went up to DC and made a lot of money up there too, living in hotels. But that season changed. Then I went into another realm, Navy. And then after that for a year, then I transitioned over to this career that I'm currently at, that I'm ending. I remember the day that I said, I'm not happy with this position. So I graciously left. And it was only 6 weeks later that I was able to take care of all my VA benefits and get all that stuff going before the seed was planted by God, who, through his faithfulness, allowed me to work with an incredible company called Osgard Technical Solutions. I came in there and I got let's just say I got a significant pay raise of tens of thousands of dollars, and increase in multiplication. And then the rest is history. I mean, I was able to learn a lot along the journey. But see, what kept me there was the team that we have. We're ex-military, we're like a little family, and that's what I'm going to miss about that portion of it. So I hope I can bring that same joy and that same perseverance to the next sector of my life that we'll be talking about later on. And I'm excited about it because it's totally different than cyber, but I can teach cyber and I can also teach finance. And I talk about that and how, being a steward of God, God has revealed things to me that allows to be able to help people, and I see the struggle out there with people. And now when I go onto the unemployment line, I pray for my fellow coworkers who have families who don't have multiple streams of income because they never served in the military. They've got to get a job. So I've already turned down one job already, at the shipyard. Really good job, but I don't want to go to the shipyard. Traffic. I want to control my hours. I want to get my health back, but I also want to be closer to God every day. That allows me to be able to bless families in Hampton Roads. So yes, I am going to be transitioning into a new career. It's going to be a great journey, and I'm a new college graduate. So, but you don't need a college degree to join this organization. And I love what they do. There's a bunch of people of God that I know that said, "We've been waiting on you, Howard. We knew that you'd be a natural in this." I got the phone call yesterday when I was communicating with the individual who introduced us to this journey and stuff. So we're excited about it. We're going to be more to come after that. But I'm very excited about it because I have a natural ability to be able to communicate with people. I love sharing knowledge with people because God has revealed so much in 2025 and beyond. It's just like I am just overwhelmed at how he's multiplied our investments in silver in less than 5 years, and in 1 year, 150%. KEPM.com is who I utilize for my precious metals, all my precious metals. Weekly Yoke, because he's a man of God, Dr. Kurt Elliott. So definitely check it out. Get a free consult, see how you can allow those stewardship dollars working for you. So, a time to start a job career, it's oftentimes when the assignment ends. Sometimes we end it. Sometimes the company ends it. The government ended it with it, to be honest with it. And it was a shock because we were promised one more year. So I would have been working another year to 2027. Then we recompete for 5 years. So I have been thinking about this for a while. And I guess the message that our Pastor Thomas at Refresh Church on Sunday, came to fruition this week. Isn't that God? And I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with it. I look at it and say, "Hun, we'll be fine." I have served our country well, again, as a contractor, but there's a time for change. There's a time for the manifestation of God to give me my driven purpose to help serve people just like Jesus did. It's just I'm going to be in a different realm. I'm still a cybersecurity person who has a lot of expertise, but I'm also going to be a person who talks about faith and finance, the marketplace ministry. I want to talk about that. Sometimes we end it, sometimes the company ends it, sometimes circumstances force it. But what Daniel adds is crucial. Now, there's a lot of changes going on in the government. So I'm not the only contractor that's losing job, but please pray for our coworkers. We have 46 total bodies, I think, that are affected. It's our West Coast team and also our East Coast team. And our owner has had this contract for 23 years. Is it 23? Yeah, 23 years he's had it. And so I truly feel that he feels that the government unfortunately did not provide him the right information and the promise that he told us in front earlier this year that don't worry, we got a year. They already said they want to give us another year. So that was 2 years. That would put us at 7 years on one contract. And we get exceptional ratings because we go above and beyond. That's why our reputation is that's why I've been there so long. You can make more money somewhere else, but guess what? It wasn't about the money. I got a 20-minute commute. Now, my commute, it'll be from my bedroom to here and then into your home if you choose to have our equally yoked partnership where we can show you how to use your money. And that's going to be learning too. There will be a different journey. I'm going to have to get license and stuff, but it sounds like the license is not going to be that hard because if I can work in cyber, I can work in anything. But see, my wife's excited about it. I'm excited about it because we're going to be able to. I truly believe that we're going to be able to open up opportunities for families like we have experience with this organization. I don't need to mention their name, but they have helped us in a short period of time, and we have a plan in place for those stewardship dollars, right? So we just have to downsize a little bit. When January 29th comes in, I'm gonna get unemployment for a while, and I'm gonna be joining them very soon. We'll be discussing that, when that transition after the 29th comes into fruition. And I'm just taking care of my health and stuff and just getting ready to transform into something that God wanted me to do for a while. He wanted me to serve. I was serving as a cybersecurity risk assessor, and that season's about to change. That's right. He sovereigns over contracts, companies, managers, and career path. That doesn't mean corporate decisions is righteous, but he does. Nothing happens outside of God's knowledge, and nothing is beyond his ability to use. So when a career season ends, like my cybersecurity role ending January 29th, I have a choice. I can see it as a loss, or I can see it as God saying, Howard, this season is complete. The transition for you to go into your next career, I've got you. Just lean on me, lean on the word, understand that you are going to help families just like you served the nation, just like you served your country, just like you served the Navy in the modeling and simulation world and stuff in live virtual construct. It's time to stop sitting behind a computer and manipulating data. It's time to help bless and multiply people's generational wealth. That's what it's about. It's about showing people how to take God's dollars, His deposit that He gives you, whether it's your paycheck, and take a small portion of that and invest it in different tax deferred vehicles, annuities, which we already have and stuff. And this company has helped us do that in a short period of time for me and my wife. We've taken the money that we have accumulated when I was active duty and when my wife was working, and we are starting to multiply it outside of the silver. We have that. We have life insurance. We have everything to cover just in case something happens to me. My wife will not have to work again, no matter what. So I'm changing times and seasons for you. I have a new assignment. So let's move the application to being very concrete. For me, I've been a cybersecurity professional for over 30 years, including 20 years and 10 days in the U.S. Navy. It's what I know. It's what I've done. And now on January 20th, that specific role is ending. At the same time, God has opened a new door. This position is with a company. Now it is a commission based. It's a financial serving company. It's finance, insurance, and tax deferred vehicles. They're in Hampton Roads. They have a very large team. Um, and they've got a very good reputation. I looked them up. See, I do my due diligence on people, and then I also look at the character of who they have within the organization. The people I know, about 65% of their agents across the country are females. They need more males, and they're starting to grow it out here too. But see, being an ex-military member, I have my inner circle of trust when it comes to people that I can help my fellow vets so they can have the same financial blessings and stewardship. So it's just not about them, it's also about the underserved communities. It's helping Hampton Roads families build legacy wealth, okay? Protect their future, create generational wealth with wisdom. This new role lets me control my hours. So there's no cap on how much I can earn. It's tied to how many people I serve. It fits perfectly with financial stewardship principles my family already lives by. So when I read, he changes times and seasons, I can't just keep that as a nice idea. I have to apply it. God, you're changing the season of my work. I'm not just leaving job. I'm stepping a new assignment in your plan. For you, application might sound like, Lord, where am I holding on to old seasons you're trying to close? Is there a new area, maybe in finance, business, and ministry and service that you're opening up for me? It could be losing a job, retiring, starting a home business, going back to a school, moving roles with the same field. The question is, do I believe that God is the one who changes the season, or am I willing to follow where he leads next time? Let me land with this simple challenge and encouragement. This week, take some time, name your current season. Are you in a season starting, ending, waiting, transitioning? When we went to go to Bob's Furniture yesterday to get Bonnie, us, a pull-out bed, couch, queen size, really nice, with a love seat. We met this young gentleman, and we were communicating and just talking to him and stuff like that. Very very nice gentleman. Found out he's a military brat, and his dad was in the military and stuff. Found out his dad works as a contractor too. But we also found out that it's been a struggle for him and his generation because he has student loans and stuff, so he had to move back home and stuff. He can't get a job without having like an internship. He graduated, I think he said from ODU, with his Bachelor of Science in information systems slash cybersecurity, computer science. That's cybersecurity basically. He says it's been so hard because it's hard for him to get internships. He'd love to be able to work in the field, but now he's working at Bob's Furniture just to pay his bills. And he said, is he fulfilled? No, not really. But I gave him some information on how he talked to his mom and dad, how he and his mom can become a primary caregiver for his dad. Because if he said, yeah, my dad's got a lot of issues, and I think, yeah, put it in, just shoot me an email. I haven't got the email yet, but he's got my business card, my One Marketplace card. So you see how God plants one seed, and we're encouraging this young man that, hey, man, you got this. Just here's some information. We're going through this. And then we bumped into a former Marine. He's doing through primary care and all that stuff himself. And it's too funny how God is just connecting you with people, and you're in the furniture store purchasing furniture. So on the 27th, we'll be having some new furniture and the old furniture taken away because the furniture we have and stuff we've had it since Hawaii. It's pretty old, and we decided that I wanted to give that gift to my wife because she's downstairs a lot, and when she comes up to check on me as my primary, my future primary caregiver and stuff, I want her to be able to rest and stuff because she doesn't want to disturb me. So she'll have a pull-out queen bed that folds up, beautiful. The furniture's beautiful and stuff. So we can't wait to get that, and that's my gift to her and stuff, to be able to have her get restful sleep, because you don't want to have bad neck and all this other stuff that you get. So your current season, starting, ending, waiting, transition. Here's my prayer. Daniel 2:21 over it. Pray, Lord, you're the one who changes times and seasons. You remove kings, you set up kings. I trust you with my transition, my work life. Show me the new assignment you have for me. Write down one possibility, next step. So uh, I have made it a mission of mine, once I do transition out, that I am going to get this body back into, I want to start losing some weight, because see, when I was sitting at the job, and then sometimes when you're getting bored, you're eating bad things for you. So at home, you're going to make sure, because you're on a tight budget and on a nutrition thing, I'm going to make sure that I'm putting the right ingredients into my body. I'm going to probably work with a personal trainer. I've got somebody in mind that already does that. So I'll be reaching out to that person and stuff. And I need to really just get back into good shape and stuff, and just get this belly going. So I want to look good if I'm going to be coming into people's homes or coming into their businesses or whatever I'm coming into and stuff, whoever God introduces me to be able to help. And I think that's important. You got to have a sound mind, but you also have to have your body's got to be a temple, be able to withstand, the daily grind. But it's not going to be a grind because what it's going to be the next challenge for me. Just like I've been in business and marketplace in the ministry with my two companies that I have. I'm gonna still have that too. That's in the background, but this is just a third leg and fourth leg in this transition phase that allows me to be able to determine how many people I help determines how much money that I can not only bless them with, but bless their future generation with, because we're setting them up for success. And there's too many underserved people who aren't investing anything and they don't realize it because they're not educated. So that's where the education portion comes in. That's why I love about this company is that they offer dinners to come out for education. We're just trying to get people out there. They're not gonna. They are just trying to educate them, and then they determine through the Holy Spirit, is this something that you want to do? If you want to do it, we'd love to be able to work with you. And that's what happened with me and stuff. It's like, yeah, it makes sense to me. Sure. And then I'm excited because I was on the same wavelength as the one of the top persons in our Virginia Beach area and stuff like that. And she happened to, I was connected because I have a fellow believer who is in the industry and she's building her portfolio and her team. So they shared shared in helping uh, provide those services to me and my wife. And it's a simple concept. You sit down, they're going to analyze the data, they're going to find the best thing that fits your family's needs. They're not going to push down these commissionable things because see, they get paid by the company. The different various annuities and insurance and offerings that they offer, it's pretty easy to follow, but you get excited because you're like, what? It's going to be worth this. If I put this in for this amount of time, it could be worth this. And it's in vehicles that have been around for decades. I'm just saying that it just seems like a perfect match that God wants me to do this now instead of sitting at a computer manipulating data and getting paid six figures. When I can make six figures eventually, if God chooses me to replace some of it. I don't need to make six figures. If I have less expenses, but then I'm also working for myself from home, that means less travel unless I'm putting a lot of mileage on the car because I'm going in and out and going to trainings and going to clientele. But see, when God drives your purpose and you're in his word and you have more closeness in that personal relationship with him, the transition into the new season will be easy. Will it have challenge? Yes. But when you're exploring a new field like I'm with finance and legacy planning, this is not my first rodeo dealing with finance. I've been doing that most of my life, but I've been self-teaching myself. I've been following the trends when it comes to economic news. And there's so many families struggling because of the de-dollarization, because of the fact that we've had so much debt and other countries are having so much debt because they've been buying at a low interest rate and because of all the things going on globally. Eternally in America, we are a divided society because of the the noise and they're not listening to Jesus's frequency. We have here goes my example again. I always try to use this example. Dr. Tony Evans, great African American pastor, talks about the transceiver. The transceiver is a device that allows you to tune that signal. In between that radio frequency that's coming through, you have Jesus, the cross, the risen Messiah, who was the sacrificial lamb through his blood that I, as a believer, am cleansed because of my sin, past, present, and future. Now, you have to have a way to determine that signal so Satan, the devil, Lucifer, cannot get into your life and create chaos. So, what you have to do, you have to have a cryptographic device. It scrambles the signal, but see, Jesus' signal is strong. So, and the devil's is like, oh, I can't determine this because I don't know. He's in his word. She's in his word. They're in there. The family's in their word. I hate this. Boom, they disappear. But he reappears. Let's go back. Let's go to the receiver. Your receiver is a device that takes that signal from Jesus and amplifies it. And so you listen with your ears and you keep the mouth very shut tight. The reason being is because the mouth can have good things come out, and the mouth can have bad viperous things come out. So you need to have a grounded approach to life. You need to turn off the mainstream media. You need to get into your word. You need to find a church that believes in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, that speaks of it. And I'm not talking about prosperity preaching, because it is what it is. But I'm talking about understanding how his purpose is driven, why you work where you at, who you work with, who do you go to church with, who do you associate with, who are you equally yoked with, are you being mentored under godly people in the workplace, in your home? Are you being a leader as a man, or are you being a follower of the world? You can't be in both. You're of this world, but you're not. You're in this world, but you're not of this world, because you are a new creation in Christ. You're the image of God. And it's the same thing that I try to represent in my businesses. And during that journey, I have worked with secular people, I've worked with godly people. Sometimes the worst people that you can work with, unfortunately, are people of God. And that's crazy, isn't it? So, encouragement. If God can guide nations and kings, he can guide your career. If he has walked me from the US Navy through decades in cybersecurity, now in serving families within this organization. I'm not going to mention the name yet until I join them and stuff, but they're a great organization. He can walk you through whatever doors are closing and opening in life too. In the next episode, we're going to look at how God moved from job calling to how to build money systems to reflect his wisdom, how to think about debt, investing, and legacy in a shaky world. If this resonates with you, hit like, share this with someone facing a career change, and drop a comment. What season are you in right now? And how can I be praying for you? Thank you for being here with the beginning of a new chapter. Remember, the same God who changes seasons is the God who holds you through every one of them. God bless you, and I'll see you in episode 2. So, if you want more information, I'll be glad to put this in the comments. Actually, I'm going to show you. Hold on a second. I love this technology. This is great. So let's go to my Facebook page. I will show you. If you want to get in contact with Howard, just bear with me. Okay. Add to friend request. As you can see, let's scroll down. All right. So right here is who I will be working with right here. This individual. Okay. Now, I want to show you something. We have an event coming up. Other than this talks about silver, money 101. Okay. This link here you can go to, and I'll be glad to pull it up, show the tab. This is an event that's happening this Wednesday. I'll be there. Let's go here to this. This is who helped me and my wife. Okay. And it's an education based thing. So you can go there, reserve your spot. It's in the Westin Hotel Town Center, January 14th, 6:15 to 8:15. Now, come there, at least have some food in your belly, because it's about an hour presentation. It's very powerful. And then they give you a free meal. So you're invited to a dinner workshop called Money 101. Parking is in the parking garage in the Western, and come into the lobby, look for the sign leading to one upstairs. No sticky name tags. Doors open at 6:15 for seating. Presentation starts at 6:30. This is not a sales seminar, but rather educational workshop designed to help you and those love ideas to grow and protect your money, whatever your reason: college funding, retirement planning, tax reduction, of simple wealth accumulation. You'll maybe unearth money you never knew you had. This class will introduce you to the 3 enemies you must overcome to create financial security. And don't today's times really requires to take a quick look at our intentions and actions regarding our money, so you know what to expect. Let me tell you 3 things that you will never see at our class. We never have a sign-in sheet. We believe that our information is vital and valuable, so we don't need to hunt you down. We would like to work with volunteers. We never sell anything. We don't push any books, CDs, or self-help kits, and we never pressure appointments. When it's time to get up and leave, you just leave. bring your notebook, grab a bite to eat, and listen to these fundamental principles of money. We'll look forward to seeing you there, and feel free to bring a friend. Okay. So there you go, right there. There's information for you. See, we want to fill that room with people who understand what it takes to be a financial steward of God's money. So if you're in the Hampton Roads area now, they have these all across the country in the 50 states. So you definitely, if you're in the states, you can definitely uh, have the ability. So I just wanted to tell you, me and my wife are going to be there because we have been clients for about 2 years, and we love it because each year we sit down with that individual I showed you, and she goes over our portfolio, say, "Hey, we're in year 9 of the 10-year plan for you and your wife. This is what it's doing right now." Now, with the market the way to see, they understand the market just like I understand the market. So you see the natural fit in the faith and finance. So let me stop sharing this. Now, our sponsors are down below. Our AI tools are modern leads, and then we have what we call our one marketplace where you can be a smart shopper. It's a way of passive income. Think of it as Amazon meets affiliate marketing, where you get paid to shop, stay, and earn, and you're taking those shopping smart dollars and you're earning money when you refer people to your site. Pretty simple, right? And then globally, we're building this out next year, coming up this year. In May, they're having a huge event. So I'm going to have that too, that income coming in, plus the other company I've been with for 17 years. So as I said, I've been a marketer for a long time. And if you need tools and traffic, definitely go to my AI tools, get your free associate account, and let my AI 365 bot called Sophia take care of you. Take care. God bless. And this was part one of what Howard Martell is transitioning into too. Take care. If you love this, please like, share, and present this and love it. Take care. Bye.